Season 13, the 2-year anniversary of My Hero Ultra Rumble, is coming to an end, and in less than 5 days, Season 14 will begin. So today, we are going to take a look back at Season 13, the good, the bad, and everything else in between. But, before we start, please don't forget to subscribe, please don't forget to like the video, and comment down below your thoughts on Season 13. Now, let's get started. First, I'll go over the good things this season, and then the bad things. And I'd like to start with one of the biggest ones for me this season, the new characters. OFA Deku, Young All For One. These characters are amazing, and I kind of feel like they've had so much more work put into them than other characters. And it really shows. Say what you will, yes, OFA Deku is kind of a problem right now. I'm expecting nerfs at some point, but what he can do is truly amazing. Most characters are stuck to their gamma, their beta, their alpha, and their special action. But OFA Deku can do everything and more, because he can also use his melee, and he can use his melee well. No other character can really say that, because yes, every character has a melee option, but realistically, with most characters, you're never going to use it. Or in some cases, like Strike Bakugo, the melee is just bad, so you would never use it in the first place. But with Deku, it's different, because not only does he have his gamma, beta, and alpha, he also kind of, how do I explain it? Every skill he has doubles as another skill, which is really cool. I like it when skills have more than one use. So like, with his alpha, if you're in the air and you do it, it's a fast shot and doesn't really do that much damage. It does like 60-70 damage. But if you're on the ground and you do the alpha, it's slower, but it hits harder and knocks back the enemy, which is always nice because some characters are really annoying, so knockback is always nice. You have his beta, which can be used for movement or damage, or once you have gear shift active, you can do that ground slam thing that he does that does so much damage. But you get the idea. It's cool that every skill has something else it can do. I really do hope in the future Byking adds more characters like that, because honestly, it's been some of the most fun I've had in Ultra Rumble in a very long time. The next thing that I've really liked about this season is how many tickets and crystals Byking have given us. Yes, I know it's the 2-year anniversary, so obviously this season we're going to get a lot more than we're probably going to get next season, but it's been really nice. And if you've played this season from start to finish, you will basically have guaranteed whichever character you want. If you wanted OFA Deku, they literally give you enough tickets to pull him. If you wanted Prime All For One, they literally give you enough tickets to pull him. Ooh, but Webb, what if you didn't buy the season pass? Battle pass thing. Well, that's where the crystals come in. They've given out easily 15,000 crystals this season, and it only cost 13,000 for the battle pass. So there really isn't an excuse. Or, if you didn't want the battle pass, you could use those crystals to convert into more tickets. So it's a win-win either way. I had to go to Pity to get OFA Deku, which kind of sucked because I would have liked those more tickets to get Prime AFO because I still don't have him. But I really do appreciate that I was able to guarantee a character. Hopefully, Byking will see how well received this was this season and make it a seasonal thing. I think that would be great. If you give players more, they might spend more money, so overall, works out for everybody. The next thing that I've liked about this season is, to me, it feels like there's been way less cheaters. Now, don't get me wrong, they still exist, and it sucks that they still exist. If you cheat, you are a loser, like actual loser. Go outside, bro, get some friends. Stop spending all day in Ultra Rumble with your no friends just cheating all day. It sucks. But yeah, way less cheaters this season. Last season and previous seasons since they added crossplay, I feel like I've ran into cheaters. Let's say I do 50 matches in a week. I feel like at least 40 of them had a cheater in at some point. But this season, let's say I do 50 matches a week again, it feels like only maybe 15 or 16 of the 50 matches actually had cheaters. And it's been great. It's made me enjoy playing matches much more, seeing that there are less cheaters. I think the reason for this is, and I'm not going to go too much into this because someone will probably reverse engineer it and like figure out what I'm trying to say and get around it, but Byking have done something to make it harder to cheat. I'm not going to say any more than that, but they've done something to make it a little bit harder. Granted, you can still get around it relatively easier, but the common person can't just be like, oh, I'm going to download this cheat table, I'm going to play, because that won't work anymore. And I do hope that Byking keep up this. This is the first season where they've actually tried to do something about the cheating problem, so hopefully they keep this up and we get a small thing each season until eventually cheaters will be like, oh, it's not worth it anymore, it's too hard. And then we'd be good and everyone could enjoy the game equally. That'd be great. And the final thing that I've really liked about this season, and maybe this is a controversial one, I'm not too sure, but I've really liked how fast this season has gone. Usually an Ultra Rumble season is anywhere from 65 days to 70 days, which is roughly 2 to 3 months. But this season was only 55 days, I believe. It was way shorter than it normally is, and I really enjoyed that. Usually, and this has been the case since the game released, by like 2 weeks, 1 week before the season ends, it drags, and it drags big time. You're just waiting for the next season to begin. You don't really want to play the game because it's kind of gotten stale by that point, and it sucks. But since this season's been so fast, and we are literally on the last week this week, it hasn't dragged, and I'm still going to the game and enjoying my matches. Granted, that's probably because honestly, I've enjoyed this season. It's been a really fun season. But the fact that it was so quick, to me, has made it a million times better. I do hope that in the future they do this more. I am a huge fan of the quicker seasons. But hey, maybe that's just because the internet has fried my brain and I have the attention span of a fly, so maybe that's it, I don't know. But sadly, it can't all be good, so now let's move on to the bad. Starting with character balance. Oh my god! What did Byking do this season? OFA Deku, Prime All for One, Hawks. Don't even get me started on Hawks. Hawks is already such a badly balanced character that he can beat most people. But then just to top it all off, just a little sprinkle on the top. His beta is broken and basically gives him a get out of jail free card for any attack he wants. That's dumb. That's stupid. Byking, please fix that. He is already super annoying. The beta thing just makes it a million times worse. Then, you have Young All for One. Bro, guys, please leave in the comments down below if you know. How are you supposed to hit this guy? Whenever I see him, he's either raining down meteors from the sky, freaking Pain style from Naruto, or he's just flying around. How are you supposed to hit that? Then to top it all off, he can fly around and use his skills. Then he has his Gamma, which just, you can't touch him. He's flying around in the sky, he's shooting them at you while it's charging up. You can't do anything. Unless you play a character that has some kind of knockback or knockdown ability, you're cooked. You can't do anything. And then there's All for One for All Deku, bro. Like I've said, I've had fun with him. I've had so much fun with him this season. But even I can tell, he's broken. Bro power scales 90% of the roster. 90% of the characters can't really do anything against him. Some of the older characters, let's take Strike Shigaraki for example. It's not even a, hey, I think I can take this character. It's Crying Baby versus Atomic Bomb. Shigaraki is not winning in any situation whatsoever. Even if you put a puddle down as Shigaraki, his jabs have armor, his punches have armor. Yes, he will take damage, but the damage is reduced and it doesn't really affect him if there's a good tuning on him. It is ridiculous. Now, I don't want them to completely gut the character, because they did that to Twice, and I'm a Twice main at heart. I love Twice, but he kind of sucks now. He can be good with the right player, but as a general pick up and play, he's not that good anymore. Hopefully, we did see, like a week or two ago, we saw a really good balance patch from Byking. And I know in the Discord, they did give us a little bit more about what their plans were for next season. And it's all looking really good. So I do hope that these characters do get slightly tuned down. And Hawks, just screw Hawk, nerf him into the ground, make him like Strike Hawks, make him garbage, because the less Hawkses in the world, the better, to be completely honest. The next thing that was bad about this season is, sadly, area control battle. And it pains me that this mode sucks now, because last season, I really enjoyed it. My main issue with it this season is that it's just the same. They haven't done anything, there's no ranked version of it, and honestly, there's no point to playing that mode unless you're bored of the Battle Royale mode, which is the main thing in the game. So most of the time, if you do want to play area control battle, you're not going to find anybody because nobody's playing the mode. Then that brings it into the second thing, which is there were so many events this season that were revolved around area control battle. So what was happening was the first 3-4 days of these events, it would be filled. Everyone would be in an area control battle. But then it was so easy to do the event missions, like you could get them finished within 6 matches. And considering they're only 5 minutes each, it really didn't take that long to finish them. So by day 4 or 5 of the event, the game mode was dead again. And it kind of created this thing where unless you did the event within the first 2 to 3 days, you wouldn't be able to finish the event because nobody would be playing the match. Or you would find people and you could maybe get enough for one team. So then you have one team of real people against a team full of bots. And you might think, oh, that's not so bad. But the bots in Ultra Rumble are kind of dumb. So instead of the match being like 5 minutes, the match would be less than 1.5 minutes because the bots wouldn't try to take the zones back and you'd just win automatically. What I would really like to see Byking do with this game mode is really lean into it. Give us a reason to play this mode other than event stuff. Because yes, the event stuff is cool. Yes, it brings people to the game mode. But after those 2 to 3 days, game mode goes back to being just as dead as it was before the event started. The next bad thing is probably just a me thing. I don't know, I do know a couple of people would agree with me on this, but the next thing I wasn't a huge fan of this season was the map rotations. An hour on USJ, 2 hours on UA Island, and 2 hours on Chaos City. The 2 hours for UA Island is fine, but the hour for USJ, look, I get that it's the old map and all, but I would like more time on this map. And my main reason for that is I just don't like Chaos City. I do not like it as a map. I think it is the worst map in the game. And it could be something good. My main issues with it, if I'm being 100% honest, is that it feels too big. I know it's probably the same size as the other maps, but whenever I'm on Chaos City, I always find myself in moments where 3-4 minutes will go by and I haven't ran into anybody unless I'm landing on the box or in somewhere that everybody is going to land. And the colors are just really dreary. I don't like the orange. I think it makes the map look really one note and nothing really pops on that map. I do think maybe in the future, if Byking do start doing small customizations to the map, like we saw with UA Island, like we saw with USJ, it could maybe eventually become something that I do like. But as of right now, the less time on Chaos City for me, the better. And I know a lot of other people feel that way too. So Byking, please, make that the least in the rotation, and give USJ 2 hours like UA Island. Those are the two fan favorite maps. Everybody loves those maps, and everybody would appreciate it. The next thing that I really didn't like about this season was how unstable the servers were. It's a little bit better now, but at the start of the season, oh my god. Like, for the first, 4-5 weeks of this season, the servers were borderline unplayable. Out of 5 matches you'd play, maybe 3 of them, the servers would time out and you'd get kicked back to the main menu. It was so frustrating. You'd have that. The old glitch was back where you couldn't pick anything up. And I had matches with people where we weren't able to damage each other or pick things up until the circle had completely closed. It was hell. Granted, maybe since All for One Deku and Prime All for One, maybe that did something to the servers because they have so much more than everybody else. But for a good while, it was not fun to play this game because it was just server crash after server crash after server crash. Sometimes they'd go down. Sometimes they'd go down for maintenance and wouldn't tell you. Sometimes you straight up couldn't even log into the game, and it was not good. I do hope that Byking can fix this in the future. They've already mostly fixed it. It still happens sometimes, but it's very rare now. And the final thing that I didn't like this season was how easy it was to get to Ace Rank. I don't normally do this. I normally stall out getting Ace Rank until the last week because it gives me something to do. But I couldn't even help it this season. I got to Ace Rank within the first 2 weeks of the season. I never, ever do it that quickly, but I did this season. And that's fine and all, but the issue with having it be so easy to get to Ace Rank is you then have players who are clearly not Ace Rank players. Players who are maybe Gold 3, Gold 5, Gold 4 even, maybe Expert 1 or 2, who are just bad at the game. And I know that's really mean to say, but they're just bad at the game. Maybe they don't do that much damage. Maybe they're just a garbage teammate. That's generally what happens with these people that aren't real Ace Ranks. They're just bad teammates. They go off on their own, then they curse you out in the text chat when they died because you decided to land on the beach and they decided to land in UA high school. It's not fun. It's not fun having to carry a teammate who clearly shouldn't be in these lobbies. And it makes it harder for you because then when you have people who are 3-stacking playing with people who they also know are really good at the game, it just makes matches 10 times harder and way more difficult than they have to be. Maybe this is controversial, I don't know, but I would like Byking to make it significantly harder to get to Ace Rank. That way, people who actually are Ace Rank will be matched with each other, and we won't have what's going on right now where people who aren't that good at the game are still able to get Ace Rank, and then the lobbies are all screwy because you have some people that are OP sweat lords and some people that are noobs. Overall, I really have enjoyed this season of Ultra Rumble. I think there's been so much to do, and it's been fun. Yes, there have been some things that were bad, as I mentioned, but overall, I'd put this in my top 3 favorite seasons. And with the final season of My Hero Academia airing right now, I'm expecting big things next season. We still don't know who the next character is going to be, and usually we'd know by now. My predictions are Lady Nagant, Miracle, or Shigaraki, but the prime version with all the hens and everything. But whoever we see, I think it's going to be awesome. Let me know down in the comments below who you think the next character is going to be next season. But yeah, my name is Webervalo. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.